But I came back upstairs, spun the wheels, and I decided, okay, let's go to Target and get some errands done. I had to return something, and then I had to pick up some things too. Well, the thing about Target is that because I live in a fairly semi-ritzy area, there's no Target anywhere near here. The nearest Target is in West Hollywood, to me. I mean, there's also one in Culver City, but the West Hollywood one's the easier one to get to. It only takes about 10, 12 minutes to get to with optimal traffic. Usually a little longer if you have a little traffic. So I went to Target, and I returned the CD. I returned what I had to, and I was all set. Before I went shopping for further stuff, I thought, well, maybe I would be in an enterprising mood and I'd go down to Pink's hot dog stand down the street on La Brea Avenue. So I walk over about a half a mile to Pink's. I said, well, it's like 3 o'clock it's like 4 o'clock on a Sunday. How busy could it be? Big ass line all the way around the corner. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Sunday evening. I know tourists and everything, but it's Sunday evening. It's nearly nighttime. It's not even dinner time yet. Line snaking around the block for hot dogs. I mean, is Pink's not the most overrated thing alive? When is it ever going to not have a line? I mean, it serves like Disneyland every time I go there. Every time. I mean, if you're out of there in under an hour, consider yourself fortunate. I don't understand why all those celebrity guys put up with that. Do they really sit through the whole line? For 40 minutes? To get a hot dog? That doesn't make any sense. I bet you I know what happens with the celebrities. They probably send some lackey to go out and get the hot dog for them. Pick it up to go. And then the celebrity guy sends a headshot with a signature on it. Because I've never seen one celebrity there every time I've ever been to Pink's. I've never seen one guy, one famous guy there. Not even a guy that's remotely famous. Never seen one. I cannot imagine any of these guys, not going to name names, but I can't imagine any of these guys just sitting through a 40-minute, 50-minute, 60-minute, 70, 80, 90-minute line to get a hot dog. These guys have chauffeurs that take them places. They go to play. They have food delivered to them. Why would they sit through an hour-long line to get a hot dog? Never seen it. I mean, you see all the photos. You see all the photos with the famous people on it for over 20 years. But I don't see any actual people of note at the Pinks. That whole thing to me is a big sham. I really don't think they actually go. Like, they send a guy, and then they send their autograph, which says, hey, the Pinks is the best. I love it. And they never actually set foot there, I really don't think they go there. I don't think they do it. I don't think they go to Pink's and actually get a hot dog. I've never seen it. No one's ever seen it. I don't know if anybody has ever seen a guy that's been famous. Sports talk writer even, or people on TV, people on the radio even. Not even people on the radio. Come on. I just don't see it. All right, so anyway, the whole point of all this is that I tried to get a hot dog, and I walk down the street, and I see this line on a Sunday at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, I'm not going to put up with this. I'm not getting a hot dog. So I left. Went back to Target and picked up a few things. It was very nice. Target was very nice. Good service that day. Quickly right out of there. That Target was like the highlight of my day. It just shows you where I am right now. Left Target and went back. And I said, well, where am I going to get a hot dog? I thought I could have gone to Carney's, but I'd really have to drive out of the way to do that. And similar deal with any of those other places in Studio City. I mean, really, I'd have to really go out of the way to go to those places. So I chose not to. And instead, I opted to go to Marty's, which I just felt was a mistake. But I did it anyway. I mean, seriously, I just had a feeling with every mile I traveled, I'd be like, you know what, this is probably not going to end well. And why will be? There's a backstory to this. I went to Marty's just after 6 o'clock on Friday. Little did I know Marty's is a daytime only operation. And I went there and they were closed. But they're closed at 6:14. How could they be closed? But they're a daytime only operation. It's just something that you have to live with. There are some places, some burger joints, some stands, stuff like that open late. But unfortunately, Marty's Hamburger Stand, which by the way is all the way over in West LA, over on Pico, close to the West Side Pavilion. Well, Marty's is not one of those places. And so I went to Marty's in the really stupid assumption that they'd be open on a Sunday in the afternoon. Nope. I went over there, they were closed too. It was just a continuously running string of bad luck. Okay, so I decided I'm just gonna have to change my mind and try something else. So after driving all the way to Marty's from West Hollywood, I continued back on Pico Boulevard. I was gonna go home. But then I thought about this and like, well, there's a Tommy's. There is a Tommy's over there on Lincoln and Lincoln Boulevard over in Santa Monica. So if I kept going, maybe I'd find it. Well, I did, and I was so tired by then. I just wanted to go through the drive-thru. There's no drive-thru at that Tommy's. I'm like, what? No drive-thru? What kind of a place is this? But it was a fairly old Tommy's, so apparently they were one of the older locations, which I think is cool. More power to them. But I didn't have the energy to go inside and fight through all the lines. It was because it was pretty packed over there, pretty busy. Not greatly busy, but pretty busy. But I didn't feel like going through all that, getting out of the car, going over there and getting a Tommy's and then coming back and then driving all the way back. So I decided just to not park. I just went around the parking lot and left. Of course, there's one guy in front of me who decides to sit there forever for no reason, thinking he's going to make a left turn with like 15 cars piled up in front of him on the other side of the road on a four-lane road. He just thinks, I'm going to just let all these cars pass me in like 9 hours and make a left turn. He sits there for like 5 minutes. Then he has the audacity to back up. So it means I have to back up. So I back up like 10 feet. And then he just goes in the other lane. Gets in my way the whole time. If I could have been in that lane, I would have had a leg up on everybody. Fortunately, the light turned green and it was pretty free-flowing traffic, so I eventually caught up to everyone else on the road. It wasn't a big deal. But still, that was really dumb. The guy should have just made the right in the first place. I mean, there's no way you're going to make a left. Should have had a divider there, just put him out of his misery. Didn't happen. Anyway, so I'm driving back. I'm really out of luck. I'm really out of luck on a lot of levels. I'm like, geez, I wanted a hot dog. I couldn't have a hot dog. I wasn't going to wait 50 minutes at Pink's for a hot dog. I mean, seriously, if I had actually committed to that, I would still be over there right now. I wouldn't even be close to being on a microphone at this moment. It'd be midnight and I'd finally get my hot dog. I'm like, geez, was that worth 52 hours waiting? No, was not. And one thing I want to do one day, if I ever go back to Pink's, because they are seriously overrated. I wanted this big hot dog from them, which would have been pretty good, but it is not worth 50 minutes plus of waiting. And why does it take him so long to serve a freaking hot dog? I mean, there's like maybe 50 people in line. It takes him 3 hours to serve 50 people? What is so hard about making a hot dog? You make the hot dog, you order a hot dog, you make the hot dog. I've been to Wendy's where there's like 150 people in line. I get through there faster. The stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, the point is, with the Pinks, that, I'm like, that did not work out my way.